me open up my laptop. Hello, Gas Mask Army, Director Gas Mask here, and welcome to Teardown. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a little while, you should know that I've been doing a micro series, I guess, called Teardown Day 1 to 4 and everything like that. Basically, I play Teardown, right? And the day system, right? I call it day 1 to 4, etc., etc. So in this stream, I'm going to be showing you basically behind the scenes. So everyone remembers Merlin, right? He was like first person to... Actually, no. I have to do this in order. So you know who Merlin is, right? Everyone should know who Merlin is. He was the first person, or first character, I guess, that appeared in the Teardown Day series. So we'll go meet Merlin real quick. Because why not? So here's Merlin. Say hello, Merlin. So this is Merlin right here. He's about the same height as the actual player model that you select. And as you can see, he's kind of a robotic look. Or kind of a robot, I guess. But anyway, he is a mod. It's called the Merlin mod. As you can see, he is standing right now because I haven't turned on Ragdoll yet. But he'll wave and everything like that. Now, when I discovered that you could technically spawn in Ragdolls, I was like, okay. So, we're going to do a character that has a private destruction company where he does everything and he hates his job. He hates his job because, well, who can blame him? Who would want to work for yourself, right? I mean, I kind of work for myself, but besides the point. So, when I discovered Merlin existed, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this guy popular. I'm going to make him a character. And protagonist. Oh, shit. Fucking computer. So, literally, you press the ragdoll button, boom, he's a ragdoll. See? Literally just a ragdoll. So, yeah. And we can reset him, literally, too. So, that's awesome. But, like I said, Merlin, right, is just a ragdoll that you can get with a mod. Which is awesome. Thank you, Teardown devs. But as you can see, just basically a robotic character. Nothing too special or anything. He's just like, hey, I'm Merlin. I make your job a living hell. So, literally, he just makes your life a living hell in the story for my character. Say goodbye, Merlin. So, we go back to the main menu, right? Campaign. Now, I can't show you the original state of the house because, well, I basically beat in the game. In my own private time. I beat in the game. I was like, yeah, this is cool, blah, 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 blah. That's why I'm in the winter stuff right here. So, literally, right, this is basically this is your hub. Nothing too special. Completely destructible. That which, like I said, this is a way ahead of the story. I know I should have played the story while doing the bits with Merlin. So, as you can see, this place isn't how it used to look. It used to look more crappy, less built. And I don't know if there's a way like I can go back to how it is without like resetting my game progress. So I'm just going to talk about everything, really. So if you were watching the Teardown Day 1 to 4 series, I'm still going to be working on Teardown days because it's fun. It's really fun to edit, really fun to mess around with. I just wish I still had the original slate for the old house. It's unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and talk about what I also did. So, day 1 really just consisted of me being a goofball. Someone that just wanted to mess around with the game, test out how a series would do. Yeah, I know, it's not like... How do I explain it? It's confusing, but it's not confusing at the same time. Like, literally, I made this series just out of shits and giggles because I bought the Teardown game. I was like, oh god, I could be like Smitty. I can do a whole treadmill bit. But instead of a treadmill, it was Merlin. This thing's useless to me. So, if you remember the main floor plan from, like, the earlier episodes, there was writing on the walls. That's thanks to another mod called the Color Spray Can mod. So literally, I would go around and just like start fooling around with stuff. And then the old electrical shack. I literally wrote Merlin was here, I think. Or something like that. I'm back. I don't remember. But literally, I went into this corner looking for Merlin because, well, I felt bad for what I did to him. Essentially. Which I thought, he came back right anyway. He was like sleeping in my bed, my cot at the time. So I literally drug him out of the house. I took my sledgehammer. Holy, pop-up ads. It's not pop-up ads, but still. So I literally carried him. Hang on a second. This whole fucking computer's on the fritz. But no, I literally drug him out here. La-di-da-di-da, dragging. Jump. And I think it was like around here. Yeah, it was like right here. I broke up the ground, right? I tried to bury him because, well, it's kind of hard with all these small parts. So I literally went to other areas, grabbed the snow and stuff, and I buried him, essentially right around here. And I would look out the window every other day that I streamed, or not streamed, but did a day series before this happened, before I beat the game and everything, and I would look out and see, oh, he's still buried, blah, 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 because I was paranoid. I don't even remember the whole story about Merlin, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I just created the character just to create him. So I buried him out here where I could clearly see the burial mound from the window. Like, hang on, I'll go over there. I can't edit it out because this is a live stream. This is just behind the scenes of what I have done. I'm just giving you a rundown. And the videos were usually a full hour long. Every time I did one, it was usually a full hour long. I would chop that up into 45 minutes, I want to say. But yeah, anyway. I would used to look out of this specific window and just stare at his old grave mound. And I would walk over to here, where my cot would be. after ending the day. So, this is just the rundown of the Merlin burial. So, anyway, a little bit of damage. Now, I think this was day 2 going to Solace Hills. I don't remember. I think it was. So, we go to mod browser, right? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Solace Hills, Solace Hills, Solace Hills. Ah, here it is. Solas. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. But stream froze. Give it a second. There it goes. So, Solace Hills before the apocalypse. Don't understand why it's dark, but is whatever. Wait, let me see if I can change the time real quick. Change weather. Sunny. Sunrise. Yep, there we go. Sunrise. So, whoops. Change weather. And then we, oh shit. Boom. Okay, so then we go down back to change weather to sunrise. So anyway, sorry, I just wanted to make sure I was getting the edits correctly. Now, Solace Hills, right? I don't even know what compelled me to do a bit here. I didn't even really explore the map, I just explored as I went. So let's get into G. That which, speaking of which, took me forever to fucking find in the mod menu. But literally, I would drive down here. Yep, I remember now. I would drive down here in the van, drive up here. Sorry, I sound like some idiot behind the mic, that which I am some idiot behind the mic. This is just me talking about behind the scenes. So literally, I was driving. I found the map during day 2 of Teardown, because at the end of day 1, I remember this clear as day. I buried Merlin, and I just went out to the electrical shed, and I was like, okay, that's creepy. I need to get away for a little while. And everything like that. So I came here, I went back to the main menu, obviously, and I just looked through my mod menu. I was like, okay, what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? What could be entertaining? And then I discovered Solace Hills. So let's park. So while I was exploring Solace Hills, I discovered this map has its own version of ragdolls. And then that's what inspired me to do a Nuketown event, like a Nuketown bit. Like, these guys, they're not animated by any means, but I was like, yeah, hey, mind if I cut in front of you or something like that, don't remember. And I realized, oh shit, they're not actually good looking models. So I was like, move, bitch. And I was like, oh god. Wait a minute. Ah, shit, we're in Nuketown. From Indiana Jones. I don't know what compelled me to say that, but I was running around just whacking these ragdolls, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is bad, this is bad, this is not good, this is not good, blah, 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 blah. And then I got back into my van, Just imagine me in my van, driving, and I seen this crashed vehicle. I was like, idea. So, I went through my list of everything I had. And I was like launching a meteor storm. I was like, oh, okay. Meteor storm. I was like, oh, fuck! So I started running, blah, 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 blah. I acted like, oh shit, this ain't good, and I just started pressing it randomly. Back then I didn't realize I could just turn on a meteor storm. So I literally ran, all that good jazz, just trying to get away, or driving away in my van, trying to get away from this missile launch, I guess, because that's what I called the meteors. I called them meteors missiles. So I was just running, trying to get back to my van, blah, 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 blah. And then, let me get back to the Jeep, actually. This will be better. Actually, you know what? Let me just spawn in the vehicle. Spawn. So literally all I was doing was driving, trying to get out of here, freaking out about the meteor shit. I don't remember exactly what I did. It's been a minute since I did day 2 of Teardown. So literally driving, trying to get the fuck away from this area. Oh yeah, I did a memory too, or I did a dream. I always did dreams in the stream, or in the videos. Don't know why I did it, but I did. Until day 4. We'll get into the day 4 topic a little later. So I'm trying to rush out of here in the van, blah, 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 blah. Now this happened completely unintended, but my van hit a jump because it was going so fast, and it wrecked into the ground, and it caused the tire to get stuck. I wasn't launching missiles or anything like that. I was just trying to get the tire unstuck. Once again, they weren't technically missiles, they were meteors. So here I am running, blah, 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 blah. Trying to get away from it all. Like, I didn't even try to go back to the main spawn area, the main spawn hub, I guess. So I was driving through here, and I was like, hang on a second, idea. I jumped out of the car, and I did a meteor storm right around here. To kind of give it that, like, oh shit look, like, oh fuck, there's a meteor or missile, as I called it in the video, or a nuke, I guess, but a nuke would have done more damage. So literally I would launch it right about there, and I would have already escaped Solus. As you can see, I technically can't go no further. That's because over the invisible barrier. So I wasn't driving back. Well, obviously I wasn't driving back. I showed you, you have to literally go to the menu and do stuff. So literally I exited out of here. I was like, okay, that was fun. I think I explored houses too. I don't exactly remember. But now let's talk about the dreams. So I believe this was like the second or first dream. Don't exactly remember. But I had the van parked roughly around this area. I went in, like, la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da, blah, 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 gotta get a room, blah, 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 blah. And I was trying to find where I checked in at, and I was like, okay, this is the area I checked in at. I was like, hey, can I get a key? No one was behind the counter, so I went around. I'll be like, I guess I'll just help myself. And I just walked over here and I just grabbed something. I was like, okay, that'll do, blah, blah, blah. Fucking. don't care. I'm not even doing a bit right now. I'm just talking about this shit. So I ran up to these stairs. I don't remember what floor it was. I think it was floor 3, and I was like, green door. I like single bedroom, blah blah blah. And I went to check the toilet, blah blah blah. I was like, wait a minute. And then I grabbed the selfie stick mod. And I did this twice because I realized, oh shit, I'm not what I want to be. So literally I was like, oh god, no, no, no! And then I exited this, went back to the main menu, and went back to campaign. Woke up, was like, oh, what a weird dream. So, I gotta find the other map. Where is it? I'm gonna disable the high-tech drone because it's just fucking annoying. It's cool. Lockville Motor Park. I remember it now. I remember because I was like browsing, trying to find a mod because I did research the night before on what I could do. So this was either the second dream or the first dream. I don't exactly remember. So in here, I had a whole scene made where Merlin was sitting in a chair over here watching TV. I was like, it was foggy too. It was like really foggy. I messed with the mods, and I was like, what the hell? Walked in, I was like, wait, Merlin? And then cut to me waking up in bed. Like, it literally took me an hour to set up everything in here. Like, it's not easy to set up anything really. So let's go and let's just do a quick setup. Furniture. Armchair. I think it was this one. I think this one precisely. So, spawn, dresser, and TV. Actually, the TV was on the floor. I remember that much. But I had it set up like this. Blah blah blah. I had it set up like that, where Merlin was just watching TV on the floor, and the way I removed the desk or dresser was with this time stick. Basically removes unwanted props. So I had Merlin sitting over here watching the TV because actually the TV was more or less closer over here. Because, I didn't think, but clearly I was like putting the TV over here, trying not to break anything so I could set up the scene correctly. So TV was like right around here. Now let's get Merlin. Merlin. Now, when I say it wasn't easy to set up the scene, so literally, that's how he spawns in. He don't spawn in standing up or anything. So I literally had to toy with the body, or the ragdoll, and put it in the chair as best as I could. Not exactly the best, but anyway, it don't matter. I'm not trying to set up a scene. Let's in here. Because this house, right, I was browsing the mods, I was like, okay, I could probably do a bit here. And I was like, oh, this is a cool area, blah, blah, blah. I'm all depressed and stuff, because that's how my character is in the game. But anyway, I opened up the door and I was like, Merlin? And then went back to the main menu, went back to campaign. Had my character wake up from the nightmare. Because the first episode, nightmares didn't happen because you were just they were just weird dreams, like clips from Saints Row or some bullshit. Hang on, wife texted me. So, Anyway, like I was saying, I went back to the main menu and I was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Just looking around. Went back to the main menu, went back to the main campaign, and made my character seem like he was just waking up out of bed. Like, it's been a minute since I did Teardown Day 1, 2, and 3. Teardown Day 4 is my newest one. So, with that, I went to the Cliffside House mod. It's a basic little mod. It's just a little area that you can go to. There's nothing there really except the house and cliffs and stuff. I drove this specific car right here. I was like, la-di-da-di-da, da-di-da, gotta get it set up, where it seems like I just drove in to talk to Uncle Mustang. Now, Uncle Mustang, right, he was just kind of a spur-of-the-moment character I created. I was looking around in the ragdolls, and I was like, oh, wait, I could spawn in actual player ragdolls? This was before I did Day 4, mind you. So I was like, I could spawn in actual ragdolls? So I went up here instead of Merlin, I should say. So I literally drove into here, backed it up as far as I could, so right here, and I went into first person, and I don't remember how to turn off the headlights. But anyway, I was like talking, having gentle music playing, trying to find out the headlight button. But anyway, driving up here, talking about how, oh, I have to go meet Uncle Mustang, I need to talk to him, blah, 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 etc., etc. So I drove up here, like, just listening to the music I selected out of the music pack that you get in Share Factory. And yes, I skipped over going back to Solace Hills during the apocalypse. I'll talk about that here in a minute, because it kind of intertwines with Day 4 of Teardown. So I'm driving la-di-da-di-da, because in Day 3, I remember going back to Solace Hills. I was like, okay, let me go back, see the aftermath of what happened. And then I drove into here, the Cliffside House, because I had to literally go into the actual build mode to find this entrance. So I literally drove in here, and I was like, ah, fuck. Talking to myself, not the viewers, or in the video. So I turned around. I was like, God damn it, I better park so I can get the fuck out of here. And literally, I drove right here to make sure my vehicle had a good exit, because I never used the vehicle again after I went to talk to Uncle Mustang. I walked up the path, I think. Yeah, I did. And I just walked over here, was like, oh, looks like Uncle Mustang is having a party. Trying to be my character. And I thought the door slid, because all the other doors slid. Nope, it's a pool to open. And I was like, oh, God damn it, I'm an idiot. So I didn't even, like, try to play it off. I was like, it's one of those doors. So I walked in here, had a little bit of music playing. Low. Uncle Mustang right here. Now, mind you, I had to set up the whole scene. So I was like closing the door. I was like, oh, hey, Uncle Mustang, what's up? I see you were talking to the ladies and been drinking all day. That's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Making another business deal. Blah, blah, blah. So I literally, what I did, right, I went in and I searched Mustang. Because that's the character's name, Mustang. Oh, wrong one. This is Mustang. This is Uncle Mustang. Basic ragdoll. Basically an old man that likes to party. So I literally had to set him up where it looked like he was sitting with the ladies. I'm not going to spawn in all the characters I used for this bit. So literally took me a minute to set up Uncle Mustang. Had to make it look like he was actually sitting up. Had the arms wrapped around the ladies' backs like creeps. Like a creep. And obviously, I don't have voice actors, and I don't exactly do a lot of editing myself, so I just started doing a voice for Uncle Mustang, like, oh, what the fuck you want? You're my least favorite nephew, blah, 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 blah. So, I had to set up him, all the other characters, and I was like, hey, Uncle Mustang, what's up? And blah, 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 blah. And I had to edit in my other voice, the old man, grouchy old man, talking about Vietnam. Sound like Dixon, almost. But I was talking to him. In reality, I wasn't talking to no one. I was just talking to myself. That's what you do as a YouTuber. You basically edit in voices. And you just switch up your tone a little bit. Not too difficult, but... Hang on, wife texted me again. So, literally, I was, like, playing it off, like, doing all these voices and stuff. And then I remembered I had the flood mod. Now, this mod ain't nothing too crazy. It literally just makes it flood. I didn't even realize I had it selected when I was talking to Uncle Mustang. I was like, blah, 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 what's up, blah, 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 I need a favor, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked down, and I was like, hey, Uncle Mustang, is the property known to flooding? He's like, why do you care? It's not like I'm leaving you anything else before I die, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoops, pressed R2, and I was like, oh, I must be saying things. And then we were just talking, blah, 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 and I realized that the flood mod kept on making the property flood, even if I didn't have it selected. Well, even if I had it unselected, it would still kind of be flooded. So I was like, okay, let me find something else that I could use. I think I used selfie stick. I don't remember. But anyway. And then I grabbed Uncle Mustang and I threw him off because I was going to edit him diving into the water. So, or doing a flip. So I grabbed Mustang again. I was like, blah, blah, blah. And I grabbed a time thing where I could make it, like, actually fit in with the timeline and everything. Basically dropped Uncle Mustang. I was like, Uncle Mustang! Because he wanted me to go find a relic. By a relic, a bottle of booze. Because Uncle Mustang is an alcoholic. So basically, I dive with Uncle Mustang after screaming at him, blah, blah, blah. It's hard to explain my thought process, but anyway, I landed in the water and I was like, okay, time to edit this out, blah, blah, blah. Went back to the main menu. Then went back to Soulless Hills. This is why I said we were talking about the apocalyptic look later. Where is it? Ah, here it is. The music is a banger on the menu. I don't know if it's copyright or not, so I can't play it fully unless I know if it's copyright or not. Let me quickly drink a thing of water. So, anyway, I selected Soulless Hills. And as embarrassed as I am to admit this, the area isn't actually flooded. Obviously, it's not flooded because in day 3, you saw me walk back up to Soulless Hills and I was talking about Jacksepticeye, etc., etc., etc. Because back here, the whole thing's piled up with traffic and shit. And I couldn't just, like, drive a car in here, so I had to act like, oh, thank God, I could just climb through there, leave the car behind. Or, I didn't even take the car, I walked. Because the car crashed into the bridge and the weight kind of glitched it out. And the car went into the bridge. So, anyway, I went into here by accident, by complete accident. I edited it out, obviously. I don't want you guys to see my failure. So, literally, I go to the flood mod. And I'm like, oh, shit. shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And I just remember trying to get this fixed. So the area got flooded. This was by complete accident. This was not supposed to happen on the stream or the video. So I went into the spawn menu quickly, typed in boat, and I tried to play it off. I tried to. I think it was the medium. No, it was not even that. It was the fishing boat. No, it wasn't the fishing boat either. Was it small boat? Yeah, small boat. I think at least. But anyway, so I spawned this in. I was as the hazmat dude, even though it was just a crash test dummy, and I was like, okay, I have to avoid this stuff, and I had the radio going. By radio, I just used some music that you get with Share Factory. So I'm piloting the boat, trying to remember, oh shit, which direction do I go to get up there? And I just kept on fucking up. I was like, I don't remember, talking to myself in my brain. So in the end, I ended up just avoiding the main entrance altogether. Which it's going to be better in third person anyway. I tried to avoid this tree and I succeeded, thank God. But anyway, I couldn't find the entrance. So I was like, fuck, this sucks, this ain't good, I'm actually trying to find the entrance where I could just drive up the boat into the land. And I was like, okay, instead of doing that and wasting time, I'm just going to do something simpler. So this is where we get to the beach party, or the house party, before it all ended for the non-existent NPCs. So I tried to steer as best as I could and get into this position here. Now, I didn't really do much editing when I came back to Solace Hills. So I literally came up here, was like, yeah, okay, this is going to be my entrance point, blah, 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 blah. And then I did whole talking about looking for this artifact. Because, to be fair, to be completely honest, I didn't even know what I was going to use as the artifact. I was, like, actually genuinely trying to think of something that would be small enough for me to carry back to my boat. So I came up here just like, oh shit, looks like everyone had fun before they died. I guess that's all that matters, blah, blah, blah. And then I broke in through the window. Not going to do that this time. I'm just going to find the main door. Here it is. Oh yeah, I remember why. There we go. So came in here, just looking around, blah, blah, blah. We're not even going to do all that. Found the safe upstairs. I said I might come back for the safe in the video. I remember that really well. I was like, I might come back for that safe, even though I didn't. So I didn't feel like going back down the stairs, so I basically just threw a treadmill out of the window and jumped down here. And as I was looking around, blah, blah, blah. Then I started exploring all the other houses because I was trying to think of what would be a good plot twist for the thing. So I started running around, blah, 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 and I remembered Uncle Mustang said something about Jacksepticeye's house. That which was a joke in day 3, I believe, because I found a house and I found a painting that kind of looked like Septic Sam. Jacksepticeye's profile picture. The Septic Eye, Sam. And I was like, okay. I didn't even mean to say a Jacksepticeye joke in the video. I was like, just looking around, like, blah, 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 doing all this. I know I'm saying blah, blah, blah a lot. I'm just trying to simplify it on how my process works for these teardown videos that I do. So I'm running around, looking around, everything like that. Just trying to act like I'm actually trying to find Jacksepticeye's house. Because the way the day system works in my videos, right, they're actually weeks. Day 1 is the first week that I start being my character. Day 2 is week 2, day 3 is week 3, day 4 is week 4. Yeah, I know that makes zero sense, but on the Gas Mask Variety channel, nothing makes sense, really. You should know this by now. But anyway, back to the topic on hand. So I'm walking around here looking for Jacksepticeye's house because I don't remember where it was. It's been a minute since I've been here. Literally, it's been a minute. Like, literally, day 3 was months ago. And I had Teardown actually uninstalled on my system, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna reinstall Teardown and do a bit. That's where Uncle Mustang was introduced. Here's Jacksepticeye's house, blah blah blah. I shot the cameras, even though they're not actually destructible. Which kind of sucks. Everything else in Teardown is destructible. Why can't the cameras be? So I come to Jacksepticeye's house. I jump up here. I think this is Jack's house. Yeah, it is, because that's where I shot the basketball hoops at. I was like, yeah, score, blah, blah, blah. I'm the GOAT. I'm the one and only. Jesus, I forget how heavy these doors are. So, fuck it. It don't matter. I'm not trying to edit this. This is literally a live stream. So I entered Jacksepticeye's house through this door. Pushed it open. Was like, oh shit. Uncle Mustang said Jacksepticeye's house. And then I saw it. I was like, idea. I was like, are you shitting me? Uncle Mustang literally just wanted me to come here for a bottle of booze? So I grabbed this bottle, and I said, well, I guess it's fair. It's the only one left of its kind. But anyway, we're not going to talk about the booze bit real quick. So we go upstairs, right? This is what made me call it Jacksepticeye's house. This painting right here, it looks like Septic Sam. At least to me it does. So I was like, oh, let's call this the Jacksepticeye house. And I acted like I was genuinely surprised. I did my research on the map, running around and everything. Went into the movie theater and saw that. And I was like, oh, they have the Halloween decorations up. Ha ha ha. Trying not make it morbid. On day 3, I believe. Yeah, day 3. And then I came in here and I was like, oh shit, there's a motorcycle. I tried to get the motorcycle correctly up and everything. And I couldn't. I couldn't do it to save my life. So I literally had to glitch out the game a little bit by putting it up against a wall, letting it fall. I edited it all out, obviously. And then I sat it right around here, and I just was like, okay, this thing is basically impossible to drive. So I picked up the bike. I was like, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. This is day 3, mind you. I'm not talking about day 4. I threw it out the window. Never went back for the bike. But anyway, let's go back to day 4. Like, I'm not on a time limit or anything. I'm just doing everything quick, so I'm not boring you. So I jump. So literally, I find the bottle of booze. I'm like, okay, this is what Uncle Mustang wanted. Blah blah blah. Lecoq something. I don't remember what I called the alcohol. And I literally started carrying it. And this was by complete accident, mind you. This was by complete accident. I tried to set it down somewhere, and it fell into the grass, and I couldn't find it. Because I was literally struggling to drop it, because I knew if I dropped it, it would break, and Uncle Mustang would be pissed at me. So I carry this bottle all the way back to the boat. And it's not a simple task, so I edited it all out so you guys didn't have to watch that in the Teardown Day 4 video. Literally was carrying it, blah, 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 which I gotta actually carry it, and you have to see how long it actually takes me to get back to the house. Because you can't really run with props in your hands, you can't. So I started taking shortcuts. I'm like, okay, so jump down here. Make sure the bottle didn't get broken. Hi, babe. Welcome to stream. Welcome to behind the scenes of the Teardown days. So I'm literally running around trying to find this entrance. Or I think I did jump down there. Still don't quit scratching at the door, kitty cat. So I'm carrying this bottle, acting like, oh, okay, everything's fine. And I had to look at that. I was like, oh yeah, that's where I threw out the treadmill. Because I actually didn't remember where I parked in the game. So I had to throw out the treadmill to kind of use it as a barrier. Not barrier, but as a reminder. So I finally get back to the dock. By dock, I mean my landing point. This was by complete accident, too. I thought if I just threw the bottle against the wall, it would shatter. Nope, didn't do that. So I literally threw it because I had the gravitator mod on. Anyway, so I literally grabbed it, tried to throw it against the wall, and ended up shooting it. And I was like, oh, fuck. Uncle Mustang's not going to be happy. Hazmat suit was actually a recording device, too. So I'm about to get out here. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Uncle Mustang is going to be pissed. This ain't good. Blah, blah, blah. Acting like I knew what I was going to do. So literally, I get to about this point right here, and I go into the pause menu, and I turn on catastrophic meteor rainstorm. And I'm like, wait, what's that sound? And I see the meteors come down. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Uncle Mustang, I'm sorry. I'm trying to speed out of here as best as I can. Like, because this is causing severe lag for the game. That didn't happen in the video. I did not die to a meteor. Thank God I got it all in one shot, though. So, anyway, let me go back to the main menu. And I'm so thankful I actually didn't get hit by that meteor in the video. That would have just been really depressing, and that would have been the end of the series. So I go back to the campaign, and this is where stuff started making less sense. Because last time I did a Teardown day video, the house was still fucked up. So I was like, oh shit, Uncle Mustang's pissed at me. He's not going to be happy, blah, blah, blah. Run inside. Acting like I'm like my life's actually in danger from Uncle Mustang. So I run up to this room right here. Open the door, go in. I was like, gotta find a place to hide, blah, blah, blah. And then I came in here and I was like, wait. Then I realized the closet existed. And I was like, oh, okay, I have an idea. My dumbass grabbed the blowtorch and I was trying to burn the metal bits off without actually setting fire to the wood. It's actually a lot harder than it looks. See, that's what happened. I was like, ah, fuck, and I had the door boarded up and everything. I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I can't believe I did this. I'm a dumbass, blah, 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 blah. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. So I started breaking the floor so I could jump back down here. And I was like, wait, I can hide in the bunker. Even though Uncle Mustang knew about the bunker because he was the one that gave me the property. So I ran outside, if I remember correctly, and I used the Blink mod. If you watched my Dishonored series, you would know what Blink is. So let me just fast over here to the Blink mod. Ah, there we go. Blinked into here, dropped down to the cave system. I was like, okay, I can hide down here. Uncle Mustang probably don't know about it. Blah, 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 blah. So what I did was I basically turned the story away from Merlin and to Uncle Mustang. So literally I spawned a bed in here like, did I pack a sleeping bag? Spawned in a bed. The bed was glitched because this area is so small. So I spawned in another bed right here and I climbed into it and I ended the video. But I'm going to go ahead, since Teardown Day 5 will be in the works soon, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's going to happen on Day 5. So, there's a specific map that I really like in Teardown. It's cool. It's a cool map. It's a library map. Obviously, this is going to be a dream. This ain't going to be real. This is going to be a dream. Because, like I said, I do dreams with all the characters. Like Merlin, I had 2 dreams about him. The hotel dream and the Motorfest Motor Park dream. Yeah, don't know why I'm saying stream. Dream. Let me find this place real quick. I gotta find it. So, just looking real quick. Delta is a cool map. I'll do a separate thing with that one day. But where is that fucking library at? Like, there's a lot of maps that you can go to. Public library. Here it is. An old library under renovation. Now, the reason I like this map so much is because you spawn in a parking lot. See, you spawn in a parking lot next to a truck. But anyway, I go into this room, right? Perfect. Now, this is just a sneak peek of what I'm going to do. Colored spray paint. Let's just do a quick little thing of blood. No, wrong room. This ain't good enough. I have to go to a different room because I fucked up. This room. Yeah, this will do. So, let's just go ahead and use this wall. So right around here, do a blood stain. Have it go down real quick, and let me grab my pistol real quick, my gun. Please don't break the whole thing. It broke the whole thing, but anyway, I can fix that in post, but let me just quickly... I can always edit that. So literally, this is just an idea because I discovered you can do this with the ragdolls. And Uncle Mustang, since he's shirtless, it looks kind of good for what I have in mind. Mustang. Well, let's grab Uncle Mustang, set him up, and boom. It does it for me, in fact. Got it. But anyway, so literally Uncle Mustang in day 4 is probably going to hunt me down and kill me because I ruined the last bottle of booze that exists for him, or the most expensive bottle of booze. So what happened is I made it look like I shot him and he slid down the wall. So this is just a sneak peek for day 5 of what's going to happen. Obviously, this is a dream version of it. This actually didn't happen in the story for my character. This is just a dream. And he'll wake up. I don't know where he's going to wake up, actually. I have to think about that. But literally, it works so good because this particular ragdoll has a belly button. 2 belly buttons, in fact. And it looks like bullet wounds if you spray it just right. So I shoot Uncle Mustang. I was like, damn it, I will say, damn it, Uncle Mustang. I didn't want this to come to this, blah, 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 and wake up. And realize, oh, thank God it was just a dream. I didn't actually kill Uncle Mustang. Now, I don't know what maps I'm going to use for day 5. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is just a sneak peek of how it's going to start. And I'm going to use CapCut to edit in a former gunshot that in the black screen that leads up to this scene right here. But literally, I am excited to do day 5 because, well, I enjoy Teardown. I enjoy the possibilities for bits and stuff like this. It's just an awesome experience. Like, it helps me as a content creator to create something like this. Now, this is kind of morbid as hell, but it's cool. It's cool. It looked good. But basic handgun, I'm going to have it already in my hand whenever I do the video for Teardown Day 5. And then, like I said, character wakes up, realizes he didn't actually kill Uncle Mustang. Uncle Mustang still wants him dead, though. Or week 5, so it'll be a week since the events of Day 4. So maybe Uncle Mustang will forgive him and be like, okay, I get it, accidents happen. Or it'll just be a complete warpath. And I have something for that, if that is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, this is basically what I did behind the scenes for Teardown. The days. And the first episode took me 3 hours to edit. Second episode, I was a little bit lazy with it, so it took me about 2 hours. Third day, an hour, and the fourth day, the most recent episode, took me maybe 45 minutes to edit everything. Actually, that's a lie. It took me longer. It took me 2 hours to edit that one because PlayStation, right? Share Factory has a certain voice limit. You only have 6 times that you can use a voice thing. So I went ahead and optimized the video and re-put it in with all the previous edits that I made. And I tried to cut it as short as I could because these Teardown episodes, I'm trying to make it like 20 minutes long, 10 minutes even, about just me being a guy that hates his job. That was, like I said, this is morbid as all hell. But it kind of goes to show you what I have in future plans for Teardown. And multiplayer will be coming out for Teardown on PlayStation. I have to get a new PlayStation Plus subscription. But I might have a friend of mine wear the Uncle Mustang skin. What are you doing, Stallone? Because literally, you can wear this is literally a player model that you can get in the game. There, that's actually way better for the dead pose. Now, I don't know exactly what else I'm going to add to this scene. I just know I'm going to have a dead Mustang here. Because bits. So, anyway, let's go back to the menu. This was just a sneak peek of what I'm going to do on day 5. In the comments of this VOD, please vote a map that you would like to see. You got 1960s Ranch House, Business Center, California, Abandoned Frost Run, Akina Apartments, Space Station, which Space Station on day 5 would make less sense. Autumn 2001. Cyberdown, Castelliquata Castle, Chernos. Please don't vote Cliff House because that is Uncle Mustang's house, and we're not trying to go back on day 5 to Uncle Mustang's house. Don't vote the Crescent Motel either because I already used that. Don't vote any of the mini cities either. Just vote something that you like. There's literally plenty of maps that you can go to. Fell Titan, which, like I said, I have something in mind for that. But if you guys decide to vote for Del Titan, I will use that. Frenchtown, please don't do GeoGuessr. I don't want to do that. There's so many maps that you can select for me. Inverted Pyramid House. I was actually going to use this house for a bit. And I decided against it because it was so difficult to set up what I wanted to set up. This was going to be a bit for Merlin. But Merlin right now is not in the main story, even though I mentioned him in episode 4. Merlin is actually MIA. And the reason I say this was going to be used for a Merlin bit is over this simple area. A sarcophagi. I was going to have Merlin in there, and I was going to try and maneuver the lid onto it where I discovered Merlin, but as you can see, it's not easy to do so. Let me see if I can find something that might work. Omni cutter. Whoa. This is why I can't use this map for the Merlin bit. And this is just a dream house, essentially. But like I said, except the ones that I have mentioned, just due to the fact that I have used them in the past and they just do not work well. Sorry, Stallone, you were on my cord. I will use North Pine Mall, even Oak Street, that's a fucking massive ass map. It's big. It's basically like GTA. Party House, Physics Bridge with traffic, prop pack. Actually, prop pack I won't use because that's just a prop pack. Public library will be used. Like I said, that is the main intro to the day 5 that I have in stored. Are you on my other vape? You are. It's okay, Bubba. Don't run. Okay. But yeah, I'm really wanting to continue the Days series on Teardown, because there's so much more possibilities that I can do than I give myself credit for. Like, literally, one of the maps on here I was going to use for day 4. Let me find it real quick. But when I say I was going to use it, I just realized there's a lot of problems that go into what I wanted to do originally. Sorry, I got snot in my throat. Here it is. What I originally wanted to do on day 4 was I was actually going to have Uncle Mustang as a very loving uncle, not the asshole he was on day 4. Shit. Is my game broken? I think it is. Let me restart real quick. Please don't be broken. It's broken. God damn it. Anyway, off the grid cabin. I'm just going to explain what I was going to do. So, like I said, you can switch out your player model. This is my character, Steven, I think, Longan. Like, these are all the characters that you can use. And I still have characters to unlock in the game. C branch. I want this. I don't know why, but I want him. But anyway, I have multiple characters that I can use for bits. Even furries. And this is the Merlin. This is what I used for the selfie stick bit. I had him selected. I had it in first person, so you couldn't see that my character was Merlin. That would have spoiled what happened. But anyway, as you can see, I have all of these characters right here that I can use for bits. And Rabbit. If you remember her, she was sitting next to Uncle Mustang. Kate. She was doing the business deal with Uncle Mustang. Kiko Rabbit, also sitting next to Uncle Mustang. See, this is Mustang. You can literally be Mustang. Mr. Dummy. This is what I use for the hazmat suit for some reason. And then there's this dude. Dima Voxel. I don't know why I never used him, but he kind of looks like a humanoid version of Merlin. But literally, what I was going to do, right, I was going to be Uncle Mustang. And I tried to find I was trying to select this guy as as a ragdoll. Steven, however you pronounce his name. But I realized, okay, this is going to be difficult for me to do the bit, because literally I was going to have Uncle Mustang. I was going to be Uncle Mustang. And I was going to not answer the door, and he was the one knocking. And I would do an edit where I switch between the characters, where Uncle Mustang is standing, leaning against the door, talking to him, and I'm running around doing shit, vice versa. Because Uncle Mustang, he was originally supposed to be a very loving character. But with the Cliff House, I decided not to use the off-the-grid cabin, just because it would take too long to set up properly. How long have I been live for? An hour, damn. Been live for an hour talking about behind the scenes of Teardown, the days of the week, or weeks. But anyway, I was going to have him as a ragdoll, Uncle Mustang as my character, vice versa. And I was going to switch it up every so often. But I realized that was going to be really difficult. So I decided to go with this simpler option. The cliffside house made Uncle Mustang a complete asshole. And not liked. He actually, Uncle Mustang was the one that launched the original missiles, quotation marks in the air, at Solace Hills. So I could go in later on, or one of his guys can go in later on and find that bottle of booze. The artifact, as he called it, or as I called it. And that's why I kind of went with the same premise at the end of day 4 on the whole spectrum. With the missiles coming down, trying to kill me. Damn it, Uncle Mustang! Because apparently Uncle Mustang is so rich, he has missiles out of the hoo-ha. So, literally driving, sailing, piloting out of the Solace Hills area. Went back to the main house. I didn't even switch characters, mind you. I was still Mr. Dummy. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about switching back to Steven, however you pronounce his name. No offense to anyone that is from Dutchland, I think. Netherlands? I think this game was made in the Netherlands. I don't know. I have to do more research. But no offense to anyone that is from this particular part of on mispronouncing the name of the character. But literally, the days that I have done of Teardown have been fun to edit. It's not like my Watch Dogs 2 funny moments thing. That took me hours to edit, just to make a 45-minute video. I wanted to make it a 20-minute video. Couldn't do it. I'm stupid. I'm literally the dumbest fucker on the internet. I was like laughing at everything whenever I rewatched it, so I kept it long. And I know funny moments are supposed to be a funtage, are supposed to be like 13 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. But literally, I work differently because I don't know how to edit. I don't have an edit. Well, I do have an editor, even to AFMAL, but she wanted to stress out trying to do this for me. So I've been editing on my own. If the internet stops fucking telling me to go screw myself. But, yeah, literally, whenever I don't have PlayStation Plus, I do more videos than I do live streams. because Daisy's live stream content. Helldivers is live stream content, not videos, live streams. Same with Call of Duty multiplayer, live streams, not videos. I get that I'm a live stream channel. I do more live streams than I do videos. And maybe that's why I'm not getting much attention. Like, literally, right now, I'm doing a live stream talking about Teardown, the series. I could have done a video on this. Still at 229, or 629. Which that's fine. Like, I could have done a video, edited it up, where I was, like, putting in the clips and stuff, that which I can't necessarily do that. I kind of deleted that stuff. Yeah, space on console's not exactly good. I gotta get an extra hard drive to keep all my videos together and stuff. But, literally, I just was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's early. I'm probably not gonna get many views on here this early, so I just decided to do a stream where you guys can watch it later. That which I will have a thumbnail made for this. Excuse me. I will have a thumbnail made where it's a blocky dude. Literally, I'm called Director Gas Mask. I'm a director on YouTube. I direct shit, or I try to at least. That's why I'm doing so many teardowns, so much teardown stuff. Because it's simple. It's not complex. And I don't need a PlayStation Plus subscription to do it. Unless multiplayer comes to consoles. Which it might be a while. And I don't know if I have any friends that own Teardown. Because if I did, I'll be like, hey, whenever multiplayer does come to Teardown, I'll be like, hey, do you want to help me do a bit for an intro, for a start of a video I'm going to do on this? Most of my friends on here on PlayStation are not interested in doing YouTube with me because they don't want their stuff out there. They want to be known. And a lot of them actually don't play with me anymore because they think I'm going to do a live stream. Which sucks. As a YouTuber, you really can't have that many friends on the internet. Actually, that's a lie. Vanoss Crew has fucking Wildcat, Dahi, Smitty, Scotty, Big Jiggly Panda. Basically, I do work. And others that were a part of the Vanoss Crew. Don't know why I nearly said Gas Mask Crew. Huh. If I have a Gas Mask Crew, that'll be fucking nuts. We would be unhinged. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking so much about stuff like this as a YouTuber. Being a YouTuber. Like, hell, I'm a mystery. My voice does not match the face. That's all I'm going to say. I'm like H2O Delirious, part of Vanoss Crew. I'm like H2O Delirious. This is why I said H2O Delirious. Because I'm not going to show my face. I'm never going to show my face. Not even at conventions. I will literally wear a gas mask to a convention. Whenever I reach that popularity on YouTube, I'll be like, hello, Gas Mask Army, wearing a gas mask, talking to y'all so you guys don't know who I am. Answering questions, stuff like that, you know, the typical YouTuber stuff. I doubt I will ever make it that big, but if I do, cool. I'll wear a gas mask to the conventions. Probably gloves, barcalavas and stuff. And just talk to you, Gas Mask Army. Talk about this and that with y'all. Hopefully, whenever I reach 1,000 subscribers, I can start bringing out merch. That costs me money. If you guys don't buy none of my merch, I'm going to have like 20 t-shirts, 20 hoodies, fucking hats and stuff, all to myself. And I would have to give that stuff away to charity. Which I don't mind doing that. I don't. But that's like close to like $1,000 gone if no one purchases my gas mask merch. Which that's fine. If you guys don't, it's fine. I probably will have a team by then. Hopefully have a team to help me set up stuff like that, where I can put in the website and my description and stuff like that. Maybe 20,000 would be more reasonable for merch. Because I say a lot of crazy shit on the internet. I say a lot of crazy shit during gameplay. And there's so many phrases I can use out of all my streams, out of all the videos I have done in my lifetime on YouTube for merch. I'm still learning the ropes of YouTube. I'm still learning. That's why I'm still talking basically at the end of the behind the scenes of Teardown. Because I don't know what else to do, really. I'm just talking. Which I'm probably going to end stream here in a few minutes anyway. But, like I said, I don't plan on ending anything, really. I just end it whenever I feel like, okay, I'm tired, I don't want to play no more, or, okay, everyone's logging off. Why should I continue doing a live stream if everyone's going to leave me? That's a big thing for me. Like, I really do enjoy doing stuff like this. I really do. I enjoy doing live streams. I enjoy doing videos. A Q&A is coming up. I am going to do a post where you guys, if you are interested, to drop comments, and I will read those comments during a gameplay video or something like that, probably edited in. Probably will use CapCut. Be like, Director Gas Mask, why do you hide your face? Nah, I like being like H2O Delirious, like, for example. Gas Mask, why do you talk so much during your videos? I'm a YouTuber. If I don't talk much, I won't get many views. Even though those silent commentary do really well. So forth. I will do a post maybe in the coming weeks, maybe not in the coming weeks, where you guys can ask questions. And I will answer them, because I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to do a Q&A. Question and answer. And stuff like that. It's just, I don't know what to do on YouTube to appeal to audiences. I just do what I think is fun. I play games the way I play them. I edit them the way I do, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't know a lick of what I'm doing. I'm learning as I'm going. That's why I'm trying to get Railroad Raven. Shout out to him. Go subscribe. Also go subscribe to OG Rasta, Daisy. All linked in the description down below. That's why I'm trying to get him to edit a Project Zomboid video for me. I get it, he works. He's also a YouTuber. But literally, I want him to edit it so I can post it and see how well that does. Because I don't play PC games. I'm a PlayStation guy. Always will be, always have been, always will be. I will probably transition over to PC eventually whenever I start making money off of this. Because PC gaming does better than PlayStation playthroughs. I'm not even going to lie. They do way better. And there's more editing options for PC than there are on mobile devices, PlayStation and stuff. I don't know how to set up the ODS. I'll have Railroad help me with that if I ever get a gaming PC. Probably get an actual office and actual setup instead of sitting on my ass playing the game in the room. And yeah, there's a lot I want to do with my career. I want to transition to PC gaming. Just need the money first. Granted, I'm gonna suck ass at PC because I've been playing PlayStation since I could hold a controller. Hell, I tried Xbox. I couldn't play with an Xbox controller. I literally had to buy a custom Xbox controller that was shaped like a PlayStation remote, just so I could play Xbox games. I sold that Xbox to my brother for a tattoo, and my Xbox 360 for $30 to him. And I really, if I could have a recording software on Xbox, I would play a lot more Xbox games. But it costs money to live stream on the Xbox unless you're doing Twitch. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. Sorry, I'm just getting off topic about everything. Went from talking about behind the scenes of the Teardown videos to me transitioning to PC eventually. God, this is why I'm not doing well on YouTube. I keep on losing my train of thought on stuff. Talked about Q&A for fuck's sake, even. I'm a weird guy. I'm weird, okay? I transition from different types of topics. I don't know why I do it, but I do. Sue me. Anyway, but yeah, literally, this was behind the scenes of Teardown. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and end stream before I start talking about why this happened. That's for the Q&A. Anyway, if you enjoyed this short stream, this was probably one of the shortest ones I have done in a while. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe and bell icon. Also go to w.gg, use code DirectorGasmask, all caps, no spaces, for 10% off on your first order. Link in the description down below. And like I said, please vote on the map that you would like to see in Teardown Day 5. Because if you guys don't, I'm just going to select a map, and it's probably not going to be your preferred selection. But anyway, go subscribe to Railroad Raven, go subscribe to OG Rasta Daisy, go subscribe to Bezico, even though her channel don't exist no more. I looked it up, and it don't exist anymore, sadly. She probably changed her name. But, yeah, please leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe and bell icon. Share this stream with your grandma, your family, whatever. Someone that you think would enjoy it like you do. Anyway, love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next live stream video. Goodbye. Fuck. I said goodbye.